Welcome to Dare, the show for innovators, entrepreneurs, and startup leaders who dare to shape the future. Your hosts today are Ned Hayes and Cecilia Mariani. Dare is brought to you by Darwaf, the superpower tech team that can make your vision a reality. The Dare Show is excited to welcome back David Ngene, CEO of Pacmodo. We're welcoming him back because last March, we talked to David just as he was getting his startup off the ground. He had some great ideas at the time. He had some great demos for component and sustainability startup that would work on backpacks and possibly other items as well. And he's actually taken it a long distance this year. So David, tell us what's happened since we last talked with you.
Well, it's funny. We're still in that takeoff phase. So
Okay.
We're just further down the runway, gaining speed. But a lot has happened. Tremendous amount has happened in these past few months. It's almost mind-boggling to think how much has happened in such a short period of time. But we're just excited about the phase that we're in and where we're going.
Yeah. So we talk to a lot of startups on this show, and we often talk to startups when they are either just launching, as you were last March, or when they have, successfully raised, a $10 million round and they're really, really successful, lots of annual revenue. But you're in the phase in between where you are taken off and you're still in flight. You haven't landed the ship. You haven't gone through a major exit event. But what are the steps that have made you successful so far?
I think for us, it's being patient and making good decisions along the way. I think not rushing anything. A lot of times people move really fast, and startups, you want to move fast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I want to move very fast, but you have to minimize your bad decision making by taking your time and actually thinking through things.
Yeah.
Me and my co-founder, Sebastian Tesha, we spend a lot of time going back and forth where we balance each other out extremely well, where I'm one where I just dive right in. Let's go here. And he's like, David, sleep on it. Like, think about it. And let's think about this thing a bit deeper. And that allows us to, make good decisions. So along the way, just pairing that with just our network that we tap into, we have a very strong network. We know product in this industry, and just finding a bit of luck along the way as well has helped us get to where we are today.
Yeah. So let's back up to last March, you had a demo. And then what steps did you take that actually move the needle forward? I know you went through a successful Kickstarter, for example.
Yes.
You actually have some great looking products now. So what are some of those steps that happened last spring, last summer?
I think the biggest thing for us was getting in front of consumers and people that would actually buy our product and doing a lot of testing.
Yeah.
Getting stuff out there, sending it out to folks on trips, on their journeys, getting their feedback back and letting us know how they use the product. And then, working with our brand team to capture that information. Our brand team has been incredible, just helping us build who we are and how do we speak to these individuals that will buy our product. But getting that information back to them and coming up with a strong strategy so we can actually show up and look like we kind of know what we're talking about. I know it sounds funny. The biggest thing for us is trying to minimize the amount of capital that we're burning through to achieve our goals in testing. And not just a product sense, but also testing the market, testing your product in the market. Kickstarter for us was the ultimate test. Let's put it out there. We have absolutely $0 to spend on marketing. And I learned that marketing is very expensive. So we looked at our bank account, had $0 to spend there. So it's so how can we get this out there in a way where people can see what we're trying to build? We don't have necessarily the funds to create the full picture, but we can start to sell them on some of the dream about where we want to go. Put it on Kickstarter and shouted about it on LinkedIn. They made a lot of noise on LinkedIn. Hey, we're at this Kickstarter. That's about all the marketing we could do. And sit for 30 days and see if somebody will buy into what we were creating. The short answer was yes. After a month, 31 days on the market with no marketing spend, and we netted, $33,000. It's not an incredible amount from a Kickstarter standpoint, but the fact that we spent nothing on marketing and outside of our voice and what we could show people in our vicinity meant a lot. And we were global. These sales came globally. And so we're like, okay.
Wow.
And so being strategic about how we're testing, even Kickstarter wasn't about generating revenue. It was about actually us getting more packs on backs around the world so people can see who we are and learn more about the brand. I mean, even our product itself, we strategically put that black strip with our name proudly across the center, not just because we thought it was cool. I mean, I thought it was cool. Sebastian thinks it's cool. but it's so people know who we are. And when you see a backpack, there's a lot of backpack people who make backpacks. Companies make backpacks, but there's not very many backpack brands. And that's what we wanted
Right.
to create, that brand. And so that's free marketing for us. It's like, hey, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna freaking hate it. I don't want to be in the middle. I want the person who loves us. And so the person that sees that black strip, they see that Pacmodo, they'll find us. And so we want to make sure we conducted those tests to see, what the market holds for us and also where we need to go.
Right. So, for audience members who haven't gone back and listened to that podcast, let's just remind people your product is a backpack that is componentized, that the
Yeah.
pieces can come apart, can go together, much like Legos, I think we talked about last time.
Yeah.
That if you need a smaller pouch, bigger pouch, different components that can attach, it can all slide together and be this kind of componentized system. It's not just a single backpack, it's a whole system that you're building, right?
It's an ecosystem. That's what we
Yeah.
want, because we think about people's journeys throughout, from might be a journey from point A to point B. You're going to see a family member and you're traveling to go do something. You're going from point A to B. But your bag actually lives with you from point B to C to D to
Yeah.
Z, all the way back to A. I mean, we looked at the journey in two phases, as being something to a destination to go do something, or just your life as a whole. Who I was 10 years ago and who I am now are totally different. My backpack closet is proof of that. I mean, I look at 10 years ago and it's like a time capsule. I was like, oh man, I remember this backpack. Oh, I remember doing this thing at this time. And it's a time capsule, but the product that we create tends to kind of live in a snapshot of the past. And so we created a system that can change and adapt and grow and evolve with you in all phases of your journey, whether it be it from point A to point Z or your journey in life. So we created a modular ecosystem to be best suited for that.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And then, so you got interest off LinkedIn. This is the first time I've heard that LinkedIn has really been a lead generator for a company, but it really worked for you, right?
Yeah, we I don't know if it worked, but we
Yeah.
made noise on it. Let's put it like that. We increased our awareness because you can track the metrics, you can track the data. People are looking at it. And
Yeah.
so we're like, that's all we wanted was it to get in front of people's eyes so they can then come to mind. It's like, well, this Pacmodo, I need to investigate it. Even if I don't buy, I need to investigate it to see what this thing is. And so from us, we actually got quite a few of our leads. I feel like they were just organic through the Kickstarter platform, from the press that we received. Might have gotten a few trickling from LinkedIn, but LinkedIn was an amazing space to just at least notify people. Might probably piss some people off, and that's okay. But I love that platform because you can shout from the mountains and people can just turn you off if they get too annoyed by you. But
Yeah.
we have some good learnings, especially even just debriefing what we've learned from that process on LinkedIn and just kind of keeping people in the loop. I feel like our company is doing things a bit differently, where most people are under wraps about their development process and what do they have coming and what the future holds in store for them. But for us, we're being very loud and very open about our product creation process from start to finish. And so you can see and follow our journey. And we want to do things a little bit differently like that. And LinkedIn was an amazing place to do that.
Right. Because you're also about sustainability too, not having like backpacks thrown away or wasting time, money, and the planet, right?
Yeah, that's our quiet rebellion. We're the people that don't talk about sustainability. I think sustainability is a word that's kind of lost its meaning over time
Yeah.
because everybody's like, oh, we're sustainable. We make this thing out of this recycled bottle. It's always a recycled plastic water bottle. It's like, God, let's just stop drinking out of those. How about we just do that differently?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much junk. But sustainability is at the core of everything that we do. Every decision that we make, every piece of the product that we look at is all through the lens of like, how's this thing going to stick around longer? How do we prevent us from, getting this virgin material and just hand carrying it to the landfill? I think the way we do it is a bit different, though. And the way we talk about it is, but the way we talk about our sustainability is not by not talking about it. We're just going to do it, and we're just going to create product that lasts, and we're going to celebrate that. And that's our quiet rebellion. We're just going to do things the right way. And that's our consumer. Our consumer is that quiet rebel, the person that wants to be part of something that's more meaningful, more better for the planet, better for the world, better for society as a whole. And you don't have to shout about it. It's just kind of is what you do.
Yeah. Well, I'll transition from not shouting about something to what are you shouting about? Like, what's giving you passion today?
Every day we wake up in the morning, Seb and I, we have our morning call. We just kind of talk to each other every morning, kind of like a married couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talk about just the brand as a whole and what Pacmodo means and what we're trying to create with the brand. This is more than just a backpack. This is a movement around just doing things that you love and having things that work with you for long periods of time. The things that we shout about the most, I think, right now are particularly around the product itself. It's really interesting. The name Pacmodo is something that we go back and forth on a lot, and it's such a weird and a funny, quirky name that people have to get used to. But I hope over time that we're shouting loud enough to where people start calling their backpacks a Pacmodo and don't call it a backpack anymore. We're trying
Oh,
to
that's
actually.
cool.
But that's the thing that gets me excited and it was already started. Like as we're talking to people, they're like, "Wow, man, I can't wait to get a Pacmodo."
Yeah.
Yes, and so it's already starting to happen, and that's what gets me excited about that, and the fact that we can then change the name of something that's been a mainstay and a staple in our lives to create a new space for this thing, and then also it can something that can grow beyond that. Packmoto could potentially be more than just a backpack down the road, but just hearing people talk about the brand and what it means to them and how they plan to use the products. I mean, that's what gets me excited every morning.
Absolutely. Like really connecting with real customers. I mean, that gives excitement to any startup. Yeah.
It's
So,
the pack. It's the pack. That's what we call them. Our community. We call them the pack. Anytime somebody gets an email from us, they buy our product. We welcome them to the pack and say, "Hey, welcome to the pack." This is.
that's
And I think
fantastic.
that's what the community piece is. What really gets me going in the morning.
Yeah. Can I ask how many products you have out there now, approximately?
Right now we just have our one ecosystem. We just have that
Okay.
the 26-liter life pack. We have the 35-liter traverse pack. We have the 18-liter active pack, and then we have the moto, which is the harness that you wear.
Yeah.
That's what we have, and it's meant to serve a variety of different functions for every
Mhm.
consumer.
Yeah. I was just curious how many people are members of the pack now?
Right
Like,
now, we're about so there's two reasons. Email wise, we're doing really well. We collected about almost 1,200 emails in 30 days, which is
yeah.
incredible. And so the Kickstarter was just like, boom, let's come to the market. Let's see what people want. And emails were flooding in, like, what is this? And like, can I learn more? How do I learn more about this? And then now we're about 150 strong in terms of packs around the world, and that will be around the world once they're delivered. But our pack has grown to about 150. From an accompanying standpoint, our pack has grown to five. We're five strong, and so
Yeah.
it's gone beyond just Sebastian and I. Now we're bringing other people into the fray, and it's incredible to see it just grow. And you just stay day by day. You just take one step and another step and make some good decisions. You're going to make some mistakes. We've made tons of those. You just keep moving forward one step at a time, and that pack grows.
Yeah. So what's next? Like you have one step at a time, but like, are there any big milestones on the horizon for you all?
Our big milestone coming up is our official launch that will be happening in February 2025. So we had a
Fantastic.
kind of a pre-launch beta on Kickstarter. We just opened up pre-orders mostly for corporate sales on our website.
Yeah.
So modo.com/shop. It's kind of our pre-sales page to let people know what's coming. They can see the product. We're going to do better with our imagery now, really getting those things up to date and more aligned to where we are as a premium brand and product. But then our launch coming up in February is going to be key. That's a key moment for us, a big moment, because that's when we reveal to the world who we are and what we're about, what we stand for, and where are we going and who's coming with us. And that's going to be a huge moment for us.
So that goes right to, well, it's almost exactly a year since you first launched, right?
It'll be years. We first revealed the concept to the world in February. That was early days I had just been elevated from a pitch deck to a functioning prototype. And it was like, and as soon as the functioning prototype was out, I was so excited about it. Sebastian was so excited. We were just showing everybody, get it out there, let's test it. Let's let people take it on trips. I don't care. Let's just figure this thing out. And then just the speed at which we moved from when I left my previous career to pursue this full time to now, it's been about less than a year. And we've been flying. And the fact that we have prototype samples, a team, all these things in less than a year is incredible. So I think the path that we're charting is quite exciting. And everybody we talk to has been really excited about where we're going.
Yeah, it's a great kind of inflection point to see you get attention, to see you build out products, see you build out branding and marketing and really start to build momentum, right?
Yes. It's especially the earned media. This is something that's really was surprising to me was the fact that folks were willing to write an article about it. So we were just kind of half baked. And
Yeah.
it was but that showed it's a testament to our vision at Pacmodo, but it's also a testament to the people that are here in this community. Portland has an amazing opportunity because we have so much talent here, so much creativity, so many, the community here is strong. I think about from a company standpoint, just who we are, there's so many synergies that mesh well with this Portland community and what we're creating. I see Portland as this, we have this opportunity to create something that's similar to the Silicon Valley, but for consumer products. I don't know what to call that. Maybe we're the textile force. I don't know. I'll make up a word there. But I feel like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, especially in this space, there's this unique segment of talent and creatives and opportunity and community and energy that we can create something special that's only here in Portland. And I
Mm.
think I would love to see that in the future. I think Pacmodo is going to really kind of lead the way in some of that thinking and what we can create with this talented people that we have here. I mean, people create companies left and right that are in this space, and I'm just excited to see, how this community embraces all those pieces. And so from the media to all these different things that are really taking these chances to write about young upstarts like us is absolutely incredible.
Right. Well, let's go back to Portland for a second. I mean, Portland is unique in that we create physical products.
Yes,
You have Nike, you have Intel, both of which create physical products with production facilities, manufacturing, all of that. We're
exactly.
really known as a foodie town, a beverage town, Stumptown coffee, salt
Mhm.
and straw, people making real things for real people. And,
Yes.
Pacmodo was birthed out of this environment, right?
Exactly. This is the only city that we could have done this in. Honestly, we couldn't have been in New York. We couldn't have been in California, down in Silicon Valley, whatever, and
Yeah.
found this level of success because people here know that industry. They know those industries.
Mm, mm.
Consumer products really reign supreme here, and I wish the city would embrace that more and actually celebrate that. There's some
Yeah.
interesting things happening in Old Town with the new. I think I can't remember the name of the organization, but they're working together with some individuals down there to try to bring manufacturing back here and
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and pairing it with the digital technology. I mean, our bags have digital technology implemented into them. And so I love the fact that we can have this interesting fusion of technology and physical product, merging together here in Portland. I just love everything that this city brings in terms of the consumer product space.
Yeah. Well, there is Built Oregon. There's Prosper Portland.
Yes.
There are various other groups, Upstart Collective, all of which have companies that are building physical products, like Rose City Robotics from the Upstart Collective. It just won some stuff at the Bend Venture Conference.
Yes.
And they're building real products to help with EVs. These are again real physical products. These are not just SaaS companies. No insult to SaaS companies, but these are physical things. So I'll kind of thinking of physical things. I'm curious, have you run into any difficulties? You must have, like, it's a roller coaster doing a startup. So, for all the people who are struggling with the startup, what are some downs that you've encountered this year that you didn't expect, maybe that you came out of?
I think the biggest thing for us is, when you're making physical things, like real things, it costs money. It's capital,
It
capital.
costs money. No way,
Yeah,
really?
exactly. It's like, what? It costs money. You don't have a
Yeah,
money, infinite money to
yeah,
do this, but they're capital intensive. I think that's one of the biggest things that we've uncovered. Obviously, we knew it because we've created product for a very long time in our old careers, but just drumming up the support to actually get to achieve your goal, it's incredibly difficult here in particular.
yeah,
Portland is, I think this is a new space, a new territory for this city. And so finding those angels, finding that venture capital to help companies build, I think that's going to be something that we'll need to figure out in the future if we want to see more companies do this. We've been fortunate to have some good people in our corners to help us get there and help us overcome these hurdles. We still struggle. We're flying the plane is we'll be going across the finish line, battered and bruised and dragging ourselves by our elbows, but we're going to make it and we're making it right now. But we're
yeah,
fortunate, but not everybody's in the same fortunate position, has access to the same network of support. And so I think that's just been a struggle. And also there's, Portland as a whole, I think there's a lot of optimism in this town, but I think people don't know necessarily how to apply the knowledge that they hold and help to help
mm,
other people. Like they're the knowledge base here for manufacturing and technology and all those
yeah,
different things
yeah,
that come together isn't is huge. I can't think of a better place that has more people that have more manufacturing, development, design, creation knowledge than Portland. But for people to then be able to tap into that knowledge base, I think that we got to find a more efficient way of doing that. We're getting better, but it's difficult. And so I think there's just some difficulties in those two realms primarily. Other than like, the normal stuff you face when you're building a company, because it's incredibly difficult. I don't want to let anybody think that this is easy by any means. So if you're on the fence and thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and you're like, but I like comfort. If you like comfort, keep doing what you're doing because you're going to be
Don't go and be an entrepreneur if you want to be comfortable. That's what you're saying, huh?
Yeah, exactly. If you want to be comfortable, don't be an entrepreneur. But if
Yeah.
you want to do something, if you want to grow, if you want to see something birthed into this reality that nobody else has a passion to do, go out all
Yeah.
day. I think that's the first thing, is build it. And then if you don't have the capital, build it anyways, and you'll find a way. I think that's the best advice I can give anybody that's looking to do this in particular.
That's great advice. And so looking back, I mean, I know you haven't landed your company yet, but you're on a good path here. Looking back, are there things that you would advise people not to do, or things that you did that you're like, that was interesting. Maybe we should have pursued that. Like, hindsight is 2020. What do you see in the past year?
It's funny. There's a million things. I mean, I feel like we can dedicate a whole podcast. I think one of the biggest takeaways I'd give anybody is, if you are passionate, I think I just said this, but if you're passionate about something and you want to see it in this world and really make change for the positive, you
Hmm.
have to just start building it. You can't wait for anybody to give you capital, give you the connections, give you the
Hmm.
things that you need to execute. You have to just start and then find a way to get everything else you need. But as you start building, you realize that other people get excited about what you're building, and then they start asking
Yeah.
questions. But it's like this weird process, it's like the chicken or the egg. You have to start building to get people excited. You can't just say, I want to do this thing, and people just show up. You have to start
Hmm.
putting it in front of people, testing it, showing them the benefit in their lives. Then they want to jump on board and fuel you with capital, fuel you with the knowledge, fuel you with the things that you need to find that success. But it's a tough process because you just have to start, and you'll
Mm.
find a way. Let's put it like that. But you have to start building and just keep building every single day and being persistent and not giving up, even when it's tough, because
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable. Every day you wake up and and there's nothing out in front of you except for what you create. And
Mm.
so it's my advice is to be persistent and believe in yourself, believe in your vision. There's a reason why you're pursuing this thing. There's a reason why I pursued this. It's for the personal growth. It's to create something that should exist, even when people tell you it shouldn't, because there's going to be so many naysayers out there.
Mhm.
Oh, there's going to be so many naysayers about anything you create. You can create the most genius thing. There's going to be a good majority of people telling you this is crazy. This what are you doing? Like this shouldn't be a thing. I mean, it's just a backpack. No, it's not though. And so I
Yeah.
think that's the energy you have to bring to everything and what you do. And so that's the biggest takeaway I would leave with anybody. Just be persistent and start building.
Start building. Be persistent. Great advice from David. Thank you. Well, as you look ahead, I know we always end every show by asking, what do you dare to dream? So if we come back to you a year from now, what do you dare to dream is going to be here for the Pacmodo pack?
I dare to dream that people will start thinking about the products in their lives a bit more
Mm.
deep and start to develop a deeper relationship with the products that they use on a day-to-day basis. If we would come back a year from now, hopefully the people in the Portland area will be saying Pacmodo instead of backpacks. That's an amazing dream to have. If we're doing that right, then that means backpacks aren't being thrown away, because Pacmodos don't get thrown away. And so
Oh,
that's what I
yeah.
hope, that in 1 year from now, we start having people around here saying like, "Oh, I forgot my Pacmodo at home," or "I need to go grab my Pacmodo," and they start to see that vision of what we're trying to create, and they start to feel it and live it. And so that's my dream for a year from now.
Fantastic. Well, you have a great dream, David, and I hope that we're able to reconnect in the next few months and track your progress. It's exciting to see where you've gone and where you're going to go.
Yeah, no, thank you for just catching up as well. Like, I appreciate these opportunities to kind of come back in and even check in on what we're doing, because it's always good to reflect on everything. You're just
Yeah,
so busy building, you forget.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for your time, David. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks to our guests today for their great insights on Dare, the podcast for innovators, entrepreneurs, and startup leaders. If you'd like your story to be featured on Dare, just contact us at info@darwaft.com. Dare is brought to you by Darwaft, the tech team that can make your vision a reality.